Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Cancelleri, and I'm the chair of the Wakefield Veterans Advisory Board. Welcome to the Town of Wakefield's 2025 Veterans Day ceremony in the Memorial Auditorium at the General John Rogers Galvin Middle School. Welcome to our veterans and their families. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you. Thank you for your service. As you enter and exit the auditorium, take a moment to reflect and remember the names and the faces on the Wall of Honor in the hallway. Their lives represent the tragic costs of our freedoms. General John Rogers Galvin, a Wakefield native, served on active duty for 45 years, rising to the rank of 4-star general as the Supreme Allied Commander of NATO. He's a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point. His military career spanned from 1954 to 1992. Serving in both the Vietnam and the Cold War eras. His work was instrumental in ending the Cold War in Europe, ultimately bringing down the wall in Berlin. Following his military career, General Galvin became the dean of the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University. General Galvin was so fond of Wakefield that he set up international seminars on Saturday mornings for senior officers from the former Soviet Union that included a walk down Main Street, highlighting our town as a premier American town. The stories of our fallen will soon be made available to the public using a quick response code, or QR code, provided by the Veterans Administration to scan and learn more about each of the fallen memorialized. I want to thank Mr. Upmanu, a student at Pingree with the class of 2027, for creating and assisting with creating the process that enables easy access using the QR code to get the stories of our heroes on display in the hall. This morning, I want to welcome our honored guests. Town Council Chair, Councilor Maureen Butt, and our town councilors, Councilor Jonathan Chines, Councilor Douglas Butler, Councilor John Carney, Councilor Stacy Constas, Councilor John Chrisley, and Councilor Brian Fox. I also want to welcome our new town administrator, Denise Casey. Please welcome the appointed members of our Wakefield Veterans Advisory Board. Not here today, but here in our hearts is Dan Benjamin, Joe DeLillo, Dale Finley. Joe Jacoby is at another ceremony this morning. Peter Constantine and Marion Dennehy with the New England Gold Star Wives is also attending another ceremony. I want to thank our Veteran Service Officer, Dave Mangan. Both he and I put a tremendous amount of effort into this ceremony for our veterans in the community. We welcome Elected Representative Donald Wong. Good morning. Representatives Kate Lippert-Garabedian and State Senator Jason Lewis and Congressman Seth Moulton send their regrets. A special welcome to our chaplains for Veterans Day. I want to welcome Reverend Brett Johnson, and who's the rector of the Emmanuel Episcopal Church, and Rabbi Micah Becker-Klein at the Temple Emmanuel here in Wakefield. I also would like to welcome Deputy Counsel General Chon-Young Kwak from the Republic of Korea, Office of the Counsel General in Boston. Welcome our distinguished military families. And good morning to Dr. Lyons, our superintendent of Wakefield Public Schools. I want to welcome the performers of the award-winning 2025 Best Communities for Music Education from the Wakefield Memorial High School Wind Ensemble, led by Thomas Bankert and Phil Cataldo. And please welcome the Wakefield Memorial High School Treble Choir and the Chamber Singers, led by Anna Morell. I want to welcome the Scouts from Troop 701, serving today as our color guard, and also I want to welcome the Wakefield Girl Scouts for their support today. We have students from St. Joseph School joining us today in the program. Welcome. Good morning to the members of the American Legion, Post 63 here in Wakefield. I want to welcome also our first responders, our Chief of Police, Chief Scory, Tom Purcell, acting as the Chief of Wakefield Fire Department, and special congratulations to Fire Chief Michael Sullivan on his retirement, serving the Wakefield community for over 40 years. Thank you very much. And of course, we have our honored guest, Pasquale Patsy Zagaria, accompanied by his daughter, Holly. Mr. Zagaria is a veteran who served in the United States Army during the Korean War. A round of applause for Patsy. The theme for Veterans Day 2025 is service to our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we officially open the Town of Wakefield 2025 Veterans Day ceremony, and please remain standing until the proclamation is read. If you're wearing a hat or a cap, please remove your caps. Scouts, post the colors. Morgan McRobbie will now go ahead and announce and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Come on up.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The award-winning Wakefield Memorial High School Treble Choir and the Chamber Singers will now perform the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Chamber Singers. Please remain standing as Reverend Brett Johnson, the rector from Emmanuel Episcopal Church, offers the invocation.
Good morning. Oh, let's try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Perfect. Let's continue by acknowledging what we can already feel in this room. The powerful love we carry for those who have served, and the solemn gratitude and deep respect that brings us together on this day. I invite you to take a deep breath and hold that for a moment in silence. We gather as one community, created in the image of the divine, each of us beloved, each called to work for the flourishing of all. Today we honor those who answered that call through military service, who gave themselves so that others, us, might live in safety and freedom. Today we especially honor Patsy Zagaria, whose life embodies the many dimensions of service, a veteran of the Korean conflict, pianist, band leader, teacher who shaped generations of young musicians. How fitting that today's ceremony will resound with music. I hope you were as moved as I was by hearing our national anthem sung so beautifully. Music itself is an act of service, a gift that binds communities together and speaks what words alone cannot. Today we acknowledge that service is costly. It takes everything of those who answer: separation from loved ones, wounds carried home, sacrifices that echo through the years. So today, may we listen, truly listen to the stories our veterans carry, the pride and the pain, the comradeship and the cost. May those who hold this morning heavy memories feel the strength of all of us, the community beside them, and the unbreakable truth that their lives are worthy of love and of peace. Today we honor that cost not only with our gratitude, but with our commitment to build communities worthy of such sacrifice. May we tend to one another's wounds. May we listen to veterans' stories and learn from their courage. And finally, may we find our own ways to serve, building a world where all may flourish, where none are forgotten, where peace is not merely hoped for, but worked towards with steady hands and faithful hearts. So bless all those who have served. Bless this gathering. Bless the work before us. And we say, may it be so. Amen.
Reverend Johnson, thank you very much. Please welcome Atticus Day, a student attending St. Joseph's School, as he reads the 2025 Veterans Day Proclamation from Governor Maura Healey.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, a proclamation. Whereas since the Commonwealth's earliest days, thousands of men and women have served our country in defense of freedom and liberty. And whereas on November 11th, 1918, after 4 years of conflict, the armistice was signed in the Forest of Campaign by the Allied nations in Germany, ending World War I, the war to end all wars. And whereas since that day, every November, people from around the nation have gathered to honor our veterans. And whereas in November 2025, the world will commemorate the 107th anniversary of the armistice that ended the fighting in World War I. At 11 a.m., November 11th, 1918, the 11th hour of the 11th month of the 11th day. And whereas there are approximately 300,000 veterans living in Massachusetts, and whereas, in recognition of the sacrifices made by those who have served our great nation, Massachusetts remains committed to supporting its veteran community through the HERO Act, honoring, empowering, and recognizing our service members and veterans. And whereas today, we are reminded of the great sacrifices and contributions our veterans have made to our country. And whereas we honor and salute those who served our country throughout the generations with honor, patriotism, and courage. And whereas it is appropriate that all Massachusetts residents remember the bravery of those who served their country, so that their dedication and sacrifices serve as a reminder of the cost of our freedom. Now, therefore, I, Maura T. Healy, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2025 to be Veterans Day, and urge all residents of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Given at the Executive Chamber in Boston, this 11th day of November in the year 2025, and the independence of the United States of America, the 249th, by Her Excellency Maura T. Healy, Governor of the Commonwealth, Kimberly Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth, William Francis Gavin, Secretary of the Commonwealth. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Stay here a minute. Atticus, thank you very much. I just want to give you a couple things. The proclamation, you take that back, show the class. And then I also want to give you, for doing a great job. Okay, this is a book from Desert Storm in Kuwait that I'm presenting to Atticus to share with the students and his friends. Thank you. Please be seated. Today we welcome generations of veterans and their families, and our theme is service to our nation. Vice President Dick Cheney defined the service of a veteran on November 11, 2001 at Arlington National Cemetery, just 2 months after the tragic 9/11 attacks. I quote, "In recognizing the service of a veteran, the government uses the words selfless consecration to the service of our country in the armed forces of the United States of America." It is a grand phrase and entirely true. Military life is built around sacrifice to complete devotion to America. If you have lived that life, then you know the meaning of commitment to a greater cause. And if you have worked, as I have, with the men and women of our military, you will know there's nothing that they would not give to protect the people of this country. End quote. Richard Bruce Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the United States of America. Vice President Cheney passed away last week on November 3rd, 2025. Governor Maura Healy and her administration works very hard to improve the veterans' benefits that we have. The administration created the Executive Office of Veteran Services and the Office of Veterans Advocacy. Massachusetts legislators recently approved the HERO Act, which is an act honoring, empowering, and recognizing our service members and veterans. This state legislation created over 30 provisions, including spending, policy initiatives, tax credits, and statute changes. Efforts are underway to include the veterans from the United States Public Health and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, commonly referred to as NOAA, that's added to the Commonwealth's definition of a veteran. We're adding that to we'd like to get that added to the Commonwealth's definition of a veteran because then it would match the government's definition of a veteran with the Veterans Administration. At the federal levels, there's been recent legislation known as the PACT Act. The PACT Act expands Veterans Administration health care benefits by adding a host of presumptive conditions, enabling veterans to receive treatment and compensation that they earned. The key provisions of the PACT Act are expanding VA health care and benefits by increasing presumptive conditions. It broadens the health care eligibility for Vietnam War, Gulf War, and post-9/11 eras, easing the ability for the veterans to enroll in VA health care. The PACT Act also simplifies claims processing, allowing veterans access to their health records and their claims records by logging into the VA.gov sites to establish an ID.me account. The PACT Act also supports survivors of veterans and their dependents and widows. And lastly, it encourages research to better understand the long-term health effects of toxic exposures. State and federal changes to legislation continue to improve the delivery of earned veterans' benefits. A little levity here. Take a look at the armed services flags. Imagine for a moment just when these services began. United States Army, June 14, 1775, now 250 years old. The United States Navy, October 13, 1775, now 250 years old. The Marine Corps, November 10, 1775, as of yesterday, 250 years old. The Coast Guard, August 4, 1790, 235 years old. The Air Force, September 18, 1947, 78 years old and still growing. Space Force, December 20, 2019, 6 years old. But here's the one that really kind of strikes me. Our National Guard, December 13, 1636, 389 years old. At this moment, we're going to play a little bit of who's in the audience with our veterans. And I'd like to identify, I'd like the veterans basically to take a moment to stand or raise their hand, okay, just to show what era they served in. So in the audience today, do we have any veterans from the global war on terror, post 9/11, from Iraq and Afghanistan? Please stand and be recognized. Do we have any veterans from the Gulf War era, Desert Shield and Desert Storm, from 1990 to 1991? The Cold War era, from 1947 to 1991. Me. The Vietnam era, from 1955 to 1975. The Korean War era, from 1950 to 1955. World War II, from 1940 to 1947. Please stand. Anybody from World War II? Thank you all. Thank you for your service and thank you for your sacrifice. It is customary for the chair of the town council to provide and offer opening remarks at these ceremonies. And this morning I have the honor of introducing Councilor Maureen Butt, the chair of the Wakefield Town Council. What makes her speech this morning a little bit different this year is she will also introduce as our new town administrator, Denise Casey. Ms. Casey will share a few words of introduction for our veterans. Councilor Butt, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As chair of the Wakefield Town Council, I welcome you all here today. I would also like to recognize my town councilors who are here today in attendance: Vice Chair Jonathan Chines, Councilor John Chrisley, and Councilor John Carney, who is also a veteran. Thank you to all from the schools and DPW and public safety who assisted in putting together this event. A special thank you to Paul, Dave, and other on the Veterans Advisory Board who put together a heartwarming event each year. I also just want to recognize some things that those who are watching online miss that's happening in this room. One, the Wakefield students are the most talented and dedicated and the best, not only in the state, but in this entire country. Yeah. This is my 9th year attending as a town councilor, and each year I'm incredibly impressed and moved by the student performers. As Reverend Brett said, music is joy. Thank you all for bringing this event and filling it with joy. 2, outside in the hallway is a table labeled Hats for Hope. Volunteers have knitted hats to gift to veterans. What a wonderful contribution of spreading hope. I'm still deciding what color hat my favorite veteran friend would enjoy, but I'll be back out there. Today, I just want to say thank you to veterans who serve our communities and families. Thank you for honorably serving our nation. We can never say it enough. For the veterans service in war and peace, thank you. I also want to thank my friends far and near, especially those in Wakefield who have served as veterans, include many of our town employees and volunteers. It is an honor that today I get to introduce you to our new town administrator, Dee Casey. Dee started just 2 months ago, and I'm so appreciative that she is able to join us in town today. On behalf of the town council, please join me in welcoming Dee Casey.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here in Wakefield as we come together to honor the brave, heroic, and selfless men and women who have worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces. Today on Veterans Day, we pause as a community, a commonwealth, and a nation to remember, to reflect, and to express our deepest gratitude to veterans who are here. To our veterans here today, thank you. I would like to especially thank the veterans who are also employees of the town of Wakefield. They served their nation, and now they continue to serve their community. Your courage, your sacrifice, your devotion to duty have shaped the very freedoms that we all enjoy every single day. Whether you served during peaceful times or in the face of combat and conflict, you answered a call that very few are willing to answer, a call to serve something greater than yourself, a call to leave your families, your community, your friends, to protect people you will never meet, a call to put your own life on hold, to potentially go into harm's way at a moment's notice. Wakefield has a proud history of service, from the quiet bravery of our neighbors who fought in World War I and II, Korea, and Vietnam, to the men and women who served in Iraq and Afghanistan and other places across the globe. Our streets, our schools, and our community's soul bears the name of those who risked everything so that we could live in freedom. We make a solemn promise today and every day that we will never forget them. As your town administrator, I see the same spirit of service alive in our community today. In the veterans who mentor young people, volunteer in civic groups, and continue to strengthen the fabric of Wakefield long after they've hung up their uniforms. You remind us that patriotism is not just about words or medals or ceremonies, but about everyday actions, helping your neighbor, helping a stranger, showing respect, and always standing up for what is right. But let us also remember the families of our veterans, the spouses, the children, the caregivers who sacrificed and had their own burdens to worry about their well-being and the well-being of their loved ones. Your love and support make service possible, and we honor you today as well. You are also true heroes. As we go about our day, I ask that each of us carry the meaning of this ceremony and these moments forward. Let us strive to live in a way that is worthy of the sacrifices that our veterans have made. Let us listen to their stories, learn from their examples, and continue to build a community, a commonwealth, and a nation that honors their service not just in words, but in actions. Service above self. On behalf of the town of Wakefield, thank you for all who have served and continue to serve. May we always be a town, a commonwealth, and a nation that always remembers. Thank you. God bless our veterans. God bless Wakefield. And God bless the United States of America.
Thank you very much, Town Councilor Butt and Denise Casey. Pardon me. Today we are going to witness the presentation of 3 distinct honors. The first is the Medal of Fidelity, and this honor allows the Commonwealth to recognize the enormous toll that illness and injuries outside of combat can take, not only on service members, but also their families and their loved ones. This is the first medal of its kind given by the Commonwealth to recognize veterans who have lost their lives as a result of service-connected illness and injuries. The second honor is the Medal of Liberty. Massachusetts general law states that there shall be a Medal of Liberty which shall be awarded to next of kin of servicemen and women from the Commonwealth killed in action or who died in service while in a designated combat area in the line of duty, or who died as a result of wounds received in action. The third presentation is a gift from the Republic of Korea, the Ambassador for Peace Medal. Awarding this honor today is Deputy Consul General Kwok from the Republic of Korea, Office of the Consul General in Boston. The commemorative medal is an expression of an appreciation from the Korean government to the United States servicemen and women who served during the Korean War. The Ambassador for Peace Medal was originally presented to veterans in South Korea as part of the Revisit program. This honor has since expanded to veterans who cannot travel the long journey to Korea. Presenters, Representative Wong, Councilor Butt, and Deputy Counsel Kwok, please join me on the stage. David Mangan, our Veteran Service Officer, will read the citations. And I would ask that the awardees please rise and join us on the stage. So that's Carmen Croft, Pamela Kent, John Drew, Anthony Baldini, Timothy Johnson, and Daniel Hearn.
Thank you, right here. Yep. One more. Right here. Yep, that's okay. She can sit there. This gentleman might need to sit down, though. You can sit here, sir. You want to stand? Okay, very good, very good. Okay. The Medal of Fidelity recipients. The Medal of Fidelity is awarded posthumously to the families of those who have succumbed to a service-connected death as a result of or during combat. Carmen Croft is the widow of Vietnam veteran Lance Corporal Raymond Croft, United States Marine Corps, who received the Presidential Citation, Combat Action Ribbon, Good Conduct Medal, and the Vietnam Gallantry Cross with Palm. He fought diligently during the toughest years of the Tet Offensive. Carmen, on behalf of Massachusetts, we honor you the Medal of Fidelity for your family in the honor of Corporal Raymond Croft. Pamela Kent, daughter of Vietnam veteran Alan Simpson, Sergeant, United States Army Infantry, was exposed to Agent Orange and succumbed to complications. He was awarded the Combat Infantry Badge, the Good Conduct Medal, the Vietnam Gallantry Cross with Palm, and the National Defense Medal. Pamela Kent will now receive the medal on behalf of Massachusetts. Thank you. The Medal of Liberty recipients. The Medal of Liberty is awarded to those veterans who were killed in action during combat. John Drew, Jr., the nephew of John Drew, a World War II veteran. John Drew, Private First Class, United States Army, was killed in action in Germany on March 6, 1945. He fought ardently with his comrades and sacrificed his life to give us freedom and peace. Thank you, John. On behalf of Massachusetts. Anthony Blandini will be receiving the Medal of Liberty for Mariano Solimini. I think I said that right, with an accent, I see. World War II veteran Mariano Solimini, Private First Class, United States Army, was killed in action in the Netherlands on February 28, 1945, acting in defense of his platoon against the German occupation forces. On behalf of the United States government in Massachusetts, Anthony, you are this medal. The Korean Ambassador for Peace Medal is awarded to those who fought diligently in the Korean Peninsula, fighting off the advancement of communism into the region known as South Korea. Deputy Consul General Chua Young, Jeremy, if you will. All right. Timothy Johnson will be receiving posthumously for the family. The Korean War veteran Norman O. Johnson, Jr., Staff Sergeant, United States Marine Corps, served in Korea, 1951 to 1952. He completed his service with the Marines in 1954. He also earned the United Nations Service Medal, Marine Good Conduct Medal, and the Korean Service Medal and the National Defense Medal to go. Thank you very much to the family of Timothy Johnson and for Norman O. Johnson, Jr. And we have with us today the Korean War veteran Sergeant Daniel J. Hearn, United States Army, served in Korea 1953 to 1955 with the 1536 Battery B Field Artillery Battalion. He received the Korean Service Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the United Nations Service Medal, and the National Defense Medal. Please receive the Korean War Medal in honor of your service to the United States and Korea. Thank you, Daniel. And Jeremy would like to say something for the.
Good morning, everyone. As introduced, I'm Jung-Yeol Kwak, go by Jeremy, the Deputy Consul General of the Republic of Korea in Boston. It is my profound honor to join us and to be invited to this solemn and very meaningful event. And well, as I have presented my token of gratitude and honor for my country in Korea, to the two veterans and his son. Yes, as you see, the Korea, well now, standing as a beacon of democracy and economic prosperity. But back in 1950s, when the veterans who were then in their 20s to cross the Pacific to defend freedom and liberty of a nation they have never heard, the people they have never met back then. Korea is just one of the poorest countries in the world. And then, throughout the 1950s, there's just the ashes of war left there. But for the past 70 years, Korea has become one of the economic power in the country, and we have achieved a democracy. We Koreans take pride in the achievements we have achieved last 70 years, but we never take it for granted. We owe it to those who are the brave soldiers who crossed the Pacific. And we take them not just as a brave soldiers, but as a founding father of Koreans. So today, just one thing I want to give you is that we will remember, we will cherish the dedication and the sacrifices you have made to defend the freedom and the liberty of our nation. Thank you so much.
If we can just, the presenters, if you can come forward here, just get one group photo. Is that okay? If you received an award, just step on the front. There we go. Representative Wong likes pictures. Thank you very much. David, thank you very much. Hold on. Patsy. He's been practicing. I'd like to introduce our honored guest. He snuck in there right there on the piano. So Holly and Patsy Zagaria, please welcome to today's ceremony. Music plays a vital role in the armed forces. Historically, the tunes served as signals on the battlefields, as well as inspiring recruiting calls to the citizens and as tributes to honor the fallen. Today, music continues to inspire and honor military service. And as we prepare to welcome our honored guest, Patsy Zagaria, it is fitting to share some brief facts about music and the armed forces. I wrote these for the students. John Philip Sousa joined the Marine Corps at the age of 13 in 1868 and served until 1875 playing the violin. He returned to the Marine Corps in 1880 as a conductor of the President's own band. He's known as the March King, leading the band for 5 presidential administrations. He later received a commission as a lieutenant, leading the Navy Band in World War I. John Philip Sousa took our military from the fife and drum to the marching music that we now know today. Another musical icon is Glenn Miller. He was a musician who served in the Army Air Corps in World War II, achieving the rank of major. He led the 416th Army Air Forces Band, playing the trombone. Sadly, he was killed when his plane crashed crossing the English Channel in 1944. However, his big band music lives on today, inspiring all of us to get up and dance. Other musicians who have served in the armed forces include Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Cash, Tony Bennett, B.B. King, Jerry Garcia, MC Hammer, and dozens more. Patsy, you're in great company. Patsy Zagaria is a Korean War veteran, has lived in Wakefield for all of his 92 years. He's known to many as the pianist, the band leader, and the influential music teacher. He served as a chaplain's assistant and occasionally assisted in the kitchen as a cook. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Patsy, accompanied by his daughter, Holly. Now you can go, okay?
so very much. I used to plan. When I was in Korea, believe it or not, the war ended while I was there. And I played before 60,000 people in a big stadium. It was a United Nations type thing. And I thought that I would be nervous playing and something like that. And then when I came here tonight, I said, there's about 500 people here. I says, and I'm nervous. I says, I hope that I do all right. But anyway, thank you.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. You're not getting away really easy. So we just want to give you a token that you can hang up or put on your kitchen table. It's a little plaque presented to you. Pasquale Patsy Zagaria, United States Army, Korean War veteran, for service to our nation, Veterans Day, November 11, 2025, honoring a lifetime of service to our community here in Wakefield, Massachusetts. You've done good.
Give me a kiss.
Hold on, you're not done.
I'm not done with you yet, sir. I'm doing good, Patsy. Thank you to the Creative Hands Group, Karen King, Missy Thompson, Robin Gorfine, and Beth Licari from the Wakefield Senior Center for making these wonderful quilts for our veterans. It's going to be a warm one for you. Let's hold this open here. Patsy, why don't you get right behind it here. Patsy, come over here. Hey, Patsy, look up. I'm going to keep you nice and warm this winter, Patsy. They do a tremendous job. Can I see it? You can have it. Oh, yeah. It says here, thank you for your service, made for you with love and honor, in honor of her dad, Edward Gorfine, 1950, U.S. Marines, and Air Force, 1965. Robin Gorfine, Creative Hands member, Wakefield Senior Center, November 2025.
Anything else?
You can ask.
Pizza.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Flo. Thank you.
You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. See.
The music doesn't stop. We have more. The award-winning Wakefield Memorial High School Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Mr. Thomas Bankert and Phil Cataldo, will perform the Armed Forces Pride of America. We invite our veterans to stand when they hear their service song. Mr. Bankert and Mr. Cataldo, the floor is yours. Mr. Cataldo, thank you. Thank you for your continued support for our ceremonies throughout the years. And Mr. Bankert, just a couple words for you if you're in the audience. Every good boy does fine, and all cows eat grass. Thank you. Morgan McRobbie, Wakefield Girl Scout. Morgan's going to recite In Flanders Field, a poem written by John McCrae. It's one of the most recited poems from World War I. Morgan?
In Flanders Fields by John McRae. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and we were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from flailing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
Morgan McRobbie, thank you. Wakefield Girl Scouts, if you, the team for the wreath, we're going to present the wreath at this moment. Wreaths symbolize victory, bravery, and peace. And in the military, the tradition of wreath laying reflects a reverent gesture marking sacred ground. Today, we remember those who are currently serving, as well as those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And following our ceremony today, this wreath will rest on the upper common at the base of the War Memorial. Thank you. Taps is sounded as the final call every evening on military installations and at military funerals. In 2012, Congress declared taps as our national song of remembrance. Civil War General Daniel Butterfield revised an earlier 24-note bugle call titled Tattoo by Oliver Wilcox Norton into what is today known as taps. This gave General Butterfield a place in history of both music and war. Please rise for the playing of taps by Wakefield Memorial High School students Catherine Slisky and Bailey Quimby, and remain standing for the benediction. Micah.
As I stand before you here on this afternoon, I'm reflecting on all the musicality and its power. Within the Jewish tradition, some of you may have heard of the shofar. That's the horn that is sounded to begin the new year. There are 3 sounds to that shofar, and I heard those sounds here this morning in our prayers, in our hopes, and in all that we hope for together. The first is the call to awakening, the tekiyah. The second one is the staccato blast, a call to arms. And the third is the wailing cry. We hear in our tradition, this is the crying of the mothers who've lost their children at war. And I stand before you here today because of the great sacrifices of others that allowed my maternal grandparents reach these shores after the horrors and during the horrors of the Holocaust. Thanks to people like Jules Hendel of blessed memory, who I had the honor of knowing, a Jewish soldier who helped open the concentration camps in Europe. And while my family had no one serving, I am deeply honored to stand here on these shores in this country because of the deep sacrifices of so many. Holy One of blessing, whose presence fills the universe, bless, protect, and heal those who have served in defense of our country, the United States of America, the people who put their liberty and freedom on the line to help protect and save our country, and those within her borders and those around the globe. May those whose lives were lost inspire us to build a world of peace and justice. May you who are here today continue to inspire us to be a beacon of justice and freedom and liberty. And may we come to know the need for responsible defense as well as the rewards of true peace. Guard and protect those who continue to serve and continue to protect our world, for it is not yet devoid of violence and hatred. Inspire us to good works, into building peace and lasting justice in this world. And may our country once again be a place where all people, regardless of race, religion, means, creed, or belief, can live together and thrive. Rebbe Nachman of the 17th century wrote, "All of the world is a narrow bridge. The most important thing is to not be afraid." We are united in our fight against the forces of hatred and bigotry, violence and injustice. From the words of blessing and peace, of the threefold blessing that you find in the book of Leviticus, in Hebrew we call Vayikra, I'd like to end this morning with this blessing. In Hebrew, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lachem shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine down upon you. And may we find that divine blessing in our lifetimes of peace, shalom. And let us all say, Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Micah. Please be seated. Our closing song is We Are the Voice, composed by Stan Spotswood, performed by the Wakefield Memorial High School Treble Choir and the Chamber Singers, under the direction of Miss Anna Morell. The piano accompanist is Joe Benatti.
We are the hope of the future, rising from the earth. We are the seed of tomorrow, singing of new birth. We are the hope of the nation, longing to be free from the bondage of injustice. We're the voice of liberty. We are the voice of the soldier, marching off to war. We are the strength of the generations, longing to find more. We are the voice of the children, longing to rejoice when you don't know who to trust. We are the voice. Can't you hear the sound? It's the sound of the music. Can't you hear the words? It's the words of the future. Can't you hear the cry? It's the cry of the children. We have a choice. We are the voice. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Can't you hear the sound? It's the sound of the music. Can't you hear the words? It's the words of the future. Can't you hear the cry? It's the cry of the children. We have a choice. We are the voice of the future. We are the voice. We are the voice. We are the voice. We are the voice.
Thank you, Ms. Morell and the Wakefield Memorial High School singers. Color guard. Retire the colors. Please stand. Please be seated. Thank you, Troop 701, for serving as today's color guard for the ceremony. I have some final notes, specifically for upcoming events that you may want to mark your calendar for. From November 13 through November 16, Stoneham is hosting the Moving Wall in the Central Middle School field on Central Street. The Moving Wall is a half-size replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. It is a free tribute, open to the public, and I encourage all to take a moment to visit the Moving Wall, honoring our Vietnam veterans. On Friday, November 14th, the free annual Veterans Thanksgiving Luncheon at the Northeast Vocational Culinary Arts Cafeteria is at 11:30 a.m. If you're interested, please contact our VSO, David Mangan, for more information to get on the list. The students do a terrific job preparing and serving this meal. Saturday, November 15th at 10 a.m. This month's Veteran Coffee at the Wakefield Senior Center on Converse Street features a brunch sponsored by the Wakefield Sons and Daughters of Italy. This is a free event and will be held in the lower level of the Senior Center. All are welcome. On Sunday, November 16th, the Linden Tree Concerts presents Kurt Bessette and Jen Kurtz, a tribute to our veterans, at Temple Emmanuel. And that's at 1209 Chestnut Street here in Wakefield. The show time is 2 to 4 p.m., and the doors open at 1:30 p.m. Admission is $25 and $10 for children and veterans. Please pay by cash or a check at the door. Saturday, December 13th at noon is the annual Wreaths Across America ceremony at Forest Glades Cemetery on Lowell Street. If you'd like to honor a veteran to remember, honor, and teach, there are forms available at the exits to purchase a wreath directly from Wreaths Across America. The Wakefield Food Pantry. The Wakefield Food Pantry seeks community support. It's no surprise today that the Wakefield Food Pantry is experiencing a 20% increase in demand over this time last year. Please take a moment to check in with the team at the table located in the hall. There are there's pamphlets and brochures and flyers that you can take that describe what you can do to contribute to the Wakefield Food Pantry. The Wakefield Veterans Advisory Board. We seek new members. Veterans and non-veterans who are residents of Wakefield may apply to join the board. Applications can be found on the Town of Wakefield website and then are submitted to Sherry Dalton. Please consider joining the Wakefield Advisory Board. And this afternoon, everyone is invited to the cafeteria after the ceremony for a collation of pizza, sandwiches, and drinks. And I'm told that last year we had one table, this year we have two. I don't know what that means. My math says it's double what we did last year, okay? So I think what we tried to do is speed delivery to feed the people here, okay, especially the students. And everybody is invited. I want to thank everybody for attending today's ceremony and take this message home with you. Please be proud of being an American. And veterans, please be proud of your service to our country. Thank you. That's the end of the ceremony, folks.